Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. How are we doing today? Yes, you didn't misread the title. I had an accident. Yep, I had an accident. Before I tell you about my accident, I am sitting here in a truck stop. It's late at night. It's 10 o'clock at night. There is only one hole that's left. And I watched a driver circle around 3 times to set up for that hole. And it was actually a hole that was available for a straight back into the hole. But this truck, there was 2 guys in it. Neither one of them spoke English. I thought that one was the trainer and one was the student or the trainee or whatever. But no, neither one of them knew the fundamentals of how to do a setup for a straight back. He was way too far out in the middle of the lane of traffic. And then when he would make his left turn to get around the last truck on the next aisle, he ended up with his tractor in a straight line for the hole, but his trailer was still pointed at a 45 away from the hole. I watched him do it 3 times and went, wow. Nobody has ever showed this poor guy the fundamentals of how to set up for a straight back. I couldn't watch it anymore. I had to get out, and I actually taught him the fundamentals of how you wait, just patch your lane to the shoulder, hard left, come past the line that you want to go into, pull back straight, set up your truck and trailer in a straight line with your hole, back straight in. I've never had to teach that before to somebody that didn't speak English, so that was interesting. But I taught him the fundamentals. I walked him through it, had him go around the opposite direction of traffic, come back in and do a setup for the hole, put it in there first time, easy peasy. But this makes me wonder, you got 2 guys in a semi-tractor trailer at night trying to get the last hole in a truck stop, and neither one of them has been trained in the fundamentals of how to set up a truck to back into a hole. You know what, and I don't think it's their fault. Whoever put them in that truck without teaching them that before they turned them loose with that truck, and neither one of them had a clue. That's who I hold responsible for that. You have trucking companies out here that they got a CDL and they're throwing them in a truck. They must not even give them a check ride. I don't know how you do that. Because accidents happen. I consider myself a halfway decent driver. I'm not the best in the world, I'll tell you that right now. And I was involved in an accident, and it wasn't in any shape, form, or fashion my fault. I was taking a load to Dallas. I was coming in on I-30, coming in from the east, so I was westbound. I didn't deliver till the next morning, so I wanted to find me a parking spot about an hour away from my drop. I exited and come up to a truck stop. It was on the south side. So I took my exit, come down the frontage road, and stopped at the stop sign. I had 2 more cars in front of me that had to clear the stop sign before I could. So I was sitting at a dead stop. Dead stop. I wasn't moving. and all of a sudden I feel a bump and my head popped. You know, I've hit docks harder than that, I'll tell you right now. So I was like, did somebody just hit me? I think somebody just hit me. I looked in my rearview mirrors. I can't see anybody behind me. Set my brakes. I get out, walk back there to look, and sure enough, a lady had driven her little SUV straight into the back end of my tractor trailer. I got no damage. It didn't even leave a mark on my truck. But it totally wrecked the front end of that SUV. Totally crumbled the whole front clip on it, took out her grill, crumpled her hood a little bit. Both fenders were crumpled a little bit. Not really too awful bad, but it was damaged, you know. Deployed her airbag. First thing I did was check on her, make sure that she was okay and she was fine and everything. And she goes, I know. She goes, I'm all at fault here. That was all my fault. And she goes, I'm not exactly sure how or why I did that. Anyway, called 911. They had the highway patrol come out. I wasn't at fault at all. You know, no tickets or nothing. He did make a report. And of course, I had to turn in the report to my company and stuff. But, and the vehicle wasn't towed. She called her mom, and her mom come and got the car. The lady that hit me that was driving the car was probably about 40 years old, and she was driving her mom's car, so you can kind of fill in all the blanks there. And her mother told her that since the airbag was deployed, she needs to go to the hospital and get checked out. So, anyway, when the ambulance left, the highway patrolman come up and I said, did she take an ambulance ride? He goes, yep, she sure did. And I said, I thought she was okay. And he goes, I think there was something else going on other than the accident, just between me and you. Which he was probably right. But absolutely not at fault at all. So you can be doing everything correct and be totally in the right and have an accident. Be involved in an accident. And it wasn't anything that you did. I was sitting absolutely dead still and hadn't moved for 20 seconds when she plowed into the back end of me. So the title wasn't clickbait. I had an accident, but I wasn't at fault. You still have to get out and take your pictures, do your due diligence and everything, because even though that you weren't at fault, there's some attorney that's going to get a hold of that and try to make some money on it. So I guess, like Paul Harvey says, we'll eventually hear the rest of the story, right? Hopefully it's no problem. But anyway, that's what happened. But so I think of that, where I didn't make a mistake and I didn't do anything wrong and still had an accident. And then I see two guys in a truck tonight that neither one of them have been trained in any shape, form, or fashion the simple fundamentals of how to do a straight back and how to do a 45 back into a parking spot. Never been taught the fundamentals in any shape, form, or fashion how to back a truck. So if they haven't been taught that, what else have they not been taught? In today's day and age, somebody just put them in a truck and turned them loose? That's what we got out here on the highways with us, guys. That is absolutely scary. That's some scary shit right there. Anyway, that's my night. I'm going to crawl back here and get some sleep. Hope y'all have a blessed day. God bless you each and every one. Remember, You too can change the world. All you got to do is be nice to each other. Bye-bye.